All right, chat. Today I'm talking about URLs in ServiceNow. To start, let's define exactly what we're looking at in the URL. So on the screen, I have it written out. So we start with our HTTPS colon // and the base URL. So if you look at my web browser up here, you'll see that I have my base URL is the dev instance for my PDI.servicenow.com. Now, if you're working for a company that's using ServiceNow, for example, you're in their dev environment, you might see something like dev, your company's name, .servicenow.com. That is your base URL. The nav_2.do question mark is basically telling where we're going inside of ServiceNow, and the URI equals page name. So that would have something like incident_list if you were looking at the incident list inside ServiceNow. Then you have the .do question mark, which sets you up for where exactly you are in terms of which record you're looking at, and you would see some sysid there, and then there's an ampersand that starts what parameters you would like to add to the URL. So let's take a look at the incident list. So I'm up here in my search bar, and we have our base URL right here, the dev337.270.servicenow.com. And then the thing I want to point out here is the incident_list. So incident is our table name _list. So if you were to write the table name _list, add it to your URL, you will see the list view of the table that you're looking at. The other couple things that I'd like to point out here are this percentage 3F and the percentage 26. So the percentage 3F is the URL encoding for that question mark we see after that .u, which starts the parameters, and then that percentage 26 right up here, that's just the URL encoding for separating the parameters also, which is our percent right here. One more thing to add about these URLs is you can pull sysids from the URL. So if we open up an incident and we look up in this URL, we're going to see percentage 3F sysid percentage 3D. After this D, to the next percentage sign, that's going to be the sysid of this record. So just to prove that, we'll copy sysid, we'll pull up our little notepad, and bada bing, bada boom. So we have 57AF7, 57AF7. So now that we have a little bit more information on what exactly are in URLs, how can we use these as developers? Well, there are many use cases. Today, I would like to go over a simple redirect for an end user. So say a user fills out one of these forms, and we want to navigate them to somewhere else after the form is completed. We're going to go ahead and just impersonate the man, the myth, the legend, Chuck Tomasi here. And currently, the configuration works as such. So if we were to go, we're going to refresh this page. So my impersonation clicks on this one too. We're going to go to all, and we are going to incident, create new. And our caller today is going to be Abraham Lincoln. Short description, testing our new config. And our assigned to is Chuck Tomasi, and we're going to submit the record. So once we use that submit UI action, what's happening is we're being navigated back to the list view. Say I don't want that. Say for some reason when a user is making a new incident record and they submit the incidents record, they want to see and be navigated to the incidents that are assigned to them directly. So I know that there is a submodule here, yes, for assigned to me. So I'm going to click on that. Here we are on Chuck Tomasi. We just created this incident testing our new config. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to create a business rule that redirects the user to this list view with this filter after they submit a new incident. So for lack of time, I have already created this business rule right here. Let me go ahead and end my impersonation. Refresh. All right, so here I have a business rule calling a JL redirect to my assigned incidents. I'm running this on insert and after. Notice I do not have a condition, so I want this to run every time without a condition. And let's go ahead and look at the business rule. So one thing I'd like to point out is this action right here. So action is a special object provided by the ServiceNow platform that automatically happens when the business rule is triggered during a user action like a form save. So we're saying if there is an action, we're doing action.set redirect URL. And we have the /nav_2.do question mark. So this is ServiceNow's internal command to navigate to something. So we're saying, hey, I want to navigate to this URI equals, that's our incident underscore list that we looked at before, dot do question mark. Uh, so yes, this tells us the list that we're going to go to. The question mark sysparm underscore query is the filter on that list. So all I did to get that query is I just used the copy query and added it straight to my script. So we're gonna set this to active. We're gonna save it. And we're gonna impersonate Chuck again. We're gonna go to all incident. We're gonna create new. Abraham Lincoln's our guy. Testing new redirect VR, and we're going to assign to Chuck Tomasi. So now I'm going to submit this record, and as you can see, we are redirected to the incident list with our filter already locked and loaded. So this is just one example of why it is important on knowing what exactly is in the URLs. How do we use that information for our benefit and for other configurations? There's a couple other cool things that I've been working on that I will create more videos for. So consider this one the first one of the series of these URLs in ServiceNow.